It's Mo on the go. Welcome to my show. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you're going with the flow. Ooh, celebrating my wedding anniversary, day 2. Woo! Alright. And you know what? Idris Elba actually just got married too. And guess what? He got married the same day that we got married, April 26th. Ooh, must be a special date. Wow, let's go, Mario. Whoa. This is the way we do it in Africa. Any opportunity to celebrate, well, we celebrate, except for anniversaries. So I'm changing this, man. Let's celebrate anniversaries. I love them. Still flipping my afro. Woo! All right. Hey, Babes Joe. What do you think of my afro? I hope you like it. I hope you like it the same way that you always loved it. Woo! So now we're talking about marriage, anniversaries, and celebrating and taking the time to recognize your significant other. Because who else will recognize them if you don't? Girls. So you know what? I believe in celebrating. I'm just one of those people who just love any opportunity to have fun and to celebrate. Because you know what? There's this myth that older people don't celebrate, that they don't actually appreciate, time to like spend time and have fun and just celebrate and do nothing, but just, indulge, literally, I'm indulging because you know what, I'm very grateful for the opportunity to have such a wonderful husband. I know that I'm one of the very few in this world who can say that I am happily married and proudly happily married. Very happily. They say that people who say they're happily married are not, but it's not really true. Do I look miserable? No. I am happy. Woo. Very happy. And I have my husband to be thankful for, because you know what? And not just my husband, but all the people who have been around us, my friends, my family, all those people who have supported our relationship, and even those ones who have not really supported the relationship, they've made us grow stronger, Because one of the things I discovered that when I got married was that some of my friends were actually going to stay and others were not going to stay. It's like we had some sort of pact or something that I was not going to be married ever. That I'm going to remain single, because I was single for very, very many years, people, like 22. Yeah, when my son was in university, that's when I got married, So probably there's some people who are not very comfortable with the fact that I decided to kind of break this quote-unquote pact, But I don't remember ever having an agreement with anybody about being single. We were all looking then. So, too bad, guys, I got married, and I'm happy for those people who supported us and continue to support us in our marriage journey, because it's a journey. Of course, marriages have their ups and downs, yeah, but this is one of the ups, and this is time to celebrate the ups. Enough talking about all the negatives about marriage. I tell you what, marriage is one of the most beautiful things, because it's the coming together of two minds, the two hearts, two minds, two bodies coming together. Can you imagine that energy, man? I hear that we're actually made up of a lot of energy and a lot of electricity. So if you get with the opposite sex and you're with the right person, you can basically light up a city. You can light up a state. You can light up a continent with your love. So if we had very, very many married people who are happily married, celebrating their marriages and celebrating their unions, can you imagine what a beautiful world we would have right now? I'm saying this with full knowledge that some people are not happy in their marriage, but I'm sure most people get into marriage hoping that it's going to last forever. I also hope it's going to last forever. I'm one of those people who, believe and hope that it's going to last forever. But I also know that, for some situations, things happen and they don't last forever. But, they only last as long as we're alive. Yes, that is true. But sometimes they do break. But right now, hey, you know what? I'm celebrating my marriage anniversary, and it's worked so far. I've done 5 years and we've managed so far. Well, what can I say about marriage? Marriage has taught me some things. It's taught me to be more patient. It's taught me that my way is not the only way. It's certainly not my way or the highway. You see, when you get married to a single mother like me, who was single for like so many years, 2 whole decades plus, it means that I was running my household, and as running my household, it means that I was the sole decision taker, the sole decision maker, and what I say went, and I was also responsible for any failures in my home. So I have to make decisions knowing that I have to take responsibility for anything that goes wrong. Yeah, so I basically didn't have anybody questioning my views, and it was kind of difficult when I got married, when I had this man there who had his own mind and wanted to do things his way. But because maybe I was older and more conscious of the fact that I have been alone for so long, it was easier for me to let go. And that's one of the reasons why he's actually not with me all the time and we're not together all the time, because I allow him to also to pursue his interests and his likes, and I think he appreciates that. I think you do, right, Joe? I think you do appreciate that I don't have to follow you around or question you all the time. You know, we can chat and talk about your decisions or my decisions, and we basically tend to agree with one another. We allow each other time to experiment, time to be away, to take even a little bit of a sabbatical away from each other, because neither of us was married before. Strangely enough, neither of us was married before. And what is even more interesting about my relationship with my hubby, and that's the reason why I celebrate him so much, is that he's like a partner to me, you know, because he's actually even younger. Whoa, yeah, he's younger. Woo! Did I say the Y word, younger? Yes, he is younger. But you know what? That doesn't mean anything, because as long as we are in the same age bracket, in Africa, 10 years is an age bracket. So we're in the same age bracket. At least that much you know. And when you see us together, it will be very difficult for you to tell that he's actually much younger than me, you know. But what matters is that, you know, because he's younger than me, I kind of like give him space. It's so amazing, you know. I try not to be the mother. I don't know how well I do with that. But I try not to be a mother figure to him. But I give him his space just to be him, you know, and to just find his way and do his things. And I'm comfortable in my own skin, and I like it. I really enjoy it. It's kind of going counter a little bit to tradition. But I'll tell you what, guys and girls, it works so well. It works so well. Because what matters is not really the age or the race or the education or any of that. What matters is the heart and the values that you share together. You know, finding someone that shares your values, someone who shares your likes, your dreams to some extent, and also someone who has their own personality and their own needs, their own interests is also very interesting. Because, for example, my hubby speaks like about 7 languages. And I always tell him, you know what? The language that you speak the best is the language of love. Woo! Because people ask, how do you communicate with this guy who's not even English speaking? Well, he speaks English, but he's not really English speaking, yeah? Although he is African, he's not from English-speaking Africa. So people ask, how do you communicate? I say, you know what? Love. Love doesn't have a language. Love is an international language. If you want to get through to someone, you can get through to them. So my hubby, all he has to do is just give me this look. You know, he just give me this look like, And that's it. I know that he wants me, or he likes me, or he desires me, you know. Or he gives me this look like, And I know that he's not very happy. He doesn't even have to say so much. You know, so all I'm going to say, guys, is, you know what, let's celebrate our anniversaries. And those of us who are married, I'm so grateful. I'm looking forward to next year. You know, next year I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to be like probably even more out there with my anniversary celebrations, because every single year is a milestone for me. And I'm so grateful for it. And so for those people who are looking forward to get married, yes, look forward to getting married, because it's actually nice. It's really, really nice. Guys and girls, because my husband, I asked him whether he enjoys being married. I check on him, by the way. I check to see if he's happy, because it's important to check on your partner to see that they're just as happy as you are. You don't want to be having a relationship by yourself. It looks like I'm alone, but I'm really not, you know. But he says no, he's really happy. He loves it, and he says that, you know, it's helped him to grow a lot, and it's also helped him to know who he is. And the same thing with me. So I'll tell you what, guys. Please, you know, don't rule out marriage. Marriage is a beautiful thing. If you got married and got divorced and it didn't work out for whatever reason, you learned your lessons from there, you know. So if you've learned your lessons, you know, put your lessons down, put your burdens down, and pick up again. You know, open up again. It requires you to be really vulnerable. Marriage requires you to be very vulnerable and very open. And if you're not ready to be vulnerable and open in a marriage, it's not going to work. You know, because that person is going to see not just your physical, who you're not, you're not going to just be undressing in front of them, but even your mind is going to be undressed in front of your husband or in front of your wife. So, you have to be ready to be vulnerable and not to hold back, not to withhold information. That one is another one, withholding information. Ooh, that one can really cause fire, fireballs, something in the air. Because it's good not to be secretive. It's good to be open. Be open with your partner, because there's nobody who doesn't have flaws. We all have flaws. We all have strengths. We all have weaknesses. And we just have to accept each other the way we are. Because there's never going to be a perfect person for anyone, because we're not living in a perfect world anyway, are we? So guys, okay, I think I've given you a little bit of my 2 cents of advice, or 2 cents of thought about marriage and marriage life. And let me continue celebrating, and let's continue singing with Shalamwana. Goodbye. Goodbye. I wish you a lovely, lovely day. Bye-bye. Chup, chup.